Hi there. I'm going to try another video that we can do together. We'll just take a moment to bring ourselves to our stillness and a few breaths here together. Inhale. Exhale, nice and long. Not forcing your inhale, but maybe keeping it this, try to keep it the same length as your inhale. So inhale and exhale. And let's do a couple more on our own. Last one. Then with your last exhale, just take a moment here and notice that you've brought yourself to more stillness than when we started. I do have my book with me, so you may see me glance down at my book, just like in our physical class together. So from here, let's come to all fours, our tabletop position. Oh, one more thing, you may want to pause the video and get either a towel or a strap if you have a yoga strap. If not, just go ahead and use a towel or anything that you'll be able to use like a strap, okay? So, when you've come back from that, we'll come to tabletop. Knees under our hips, wrists under our shoulders. And then to take the strain off of your wrist, press your fingertips and the lower knuckles into your mat. And you'll notice that lightens up the weight on your wrists. So inhale here, and then we will exhale into our cat pose. Inhale into your cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And let's do 3 more on our own. Pull the belly in and up as you exhale into your cat. Then release as you inhale into your cow. And one more. From our cow pose, we'll do one more cat. And then inhale to your tabletop. From this tabletop position, we'll do our spinal balance. So inhale our right arm forward and our opposite leg hip height. Press the bottom of your foot against an invisible wall. And then exhale down back to tabletop. Inhale the other side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. See if we can lengthen our body with our inhale. And exhale down. Let's do a couple more on each side. Moving with our breath. Let's make this one the last round. Good. Let's come into a child's pose. Not very long, but just to maybe rest down, take the weight off of your wrists, and bringing our back to just a gentle stretch. You may not even realize it's a stretch for your back. And then we'll return back to our tabletop position. From here, let's come into a plank pose. So to keep our hips down rather than going up towards the sky and back, we're just going to bring our one leg back, press the heel back. Toes are curled. Then we'll bring the other foot back to meet it. So notice when you come into your plank, now you may want to adjust yourself so that your shoulders are more over your wrists or maybe a little bit back. So we don't want to bring our hips up like as if we're going into down dog. Bring yourself forward. And just take some breaths here in your plank pose. And even here, you can just let your knees come down to the mat right where they are without coming into a full tabletop, just to rest. But the rest of our body is engaged in our plank pose. And then if your knees are still away from the mat, bring them down and let's come into another child's pose. Maybe walking our hands back, bringing ourselves into a child's pose. Another option here is to stay with your knees, come back to a tabletop, and perhaps walk your hands forward and bring your head down to your mat. And your hips are not going back towards your heels here. This is puppy pose. So this is an option for you too if that feels better than child's pose. Keep the breath going. And then we will come back up. So let's do 2 more rounds of cat and cow. Back to your tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Pull the belly in and up. Let it go. Inhale, cow. One more time into cat pose. Arms are straight. You are not bending our arms. And return back to your tabletop. Nice. So let's go ahead and sit down on our mat. If you have a yoga block, this is not needed, but if you have a yoga block, you may want to rest your head on a block. Otherwise, we'll just lay our head on the floor. So, laying on the floor, we're going to bring the right knee in and extend the left leg out. A couple breaths. And then we're going to turn this into a flow. We'll switch legs, bring the other foot all the way to the end of your mat. Now this time, we will change legs, but we'll keep the extended leg above our mat. And you can keep your head on the floor. Inhale and exhale, switch legs. Switch legs. Switch legs. And my extended leg is not reaching or is not touching the floor, but I'm not keeping it up high in the air. It's parallel to my mat. And if you'd like, you can lift your head up and shoulders up off the floor, but if it gets tiring to you, just go ahead and keep it on the floor, neck nice and long. You might need to tuck your chin towards your chest to extend your neck. And keep your gaze towards the sky. And just move with your breath. This does not have to be fast. It can be whatever your breath leads you to the movement. But we don't want to go too fast. We do want to at least feel ourselves pulling this knee in before we release it. And then pull the other one in and release. So let's do one more time on each side. And if you've forgotten what side you started with, don't worry about it. And then we'll bring both knees in. And now we will curl ourselves up towards our knees. Continue to breathe here. And then we'll rest our head down and rest our feet down. And then extend the legs out. Let's bend our knees. We will turn onto our side so that we can safely make our way up to a seated position. So we're going to do a twist, and you have your choice. You can bring your legs in a crisscross position, or bring it in. We'll just bring your left leg up. And just take a moment here. And then bring the opposite elbow around the leg and twist. And you can also bring the elbow in front of the leg if you'd like. But whatever twist feels good to you right now. And continue to breathe here. And then let your next exhale bring you back to center, and you'll switch legs. And if you have your legs crossed, maybe you want to switch the cross of your legs. And keeping the chest lifted, the spine long, twist. And continue your breath here. Be aware of your breath. Then we'll go ahead and with your exhale, come back to your center and release your leg. We'll come to our tabletop position once again. From here, we'll make our way to our downward facing dog. So maybe bring your hands a little bit closer towards the top of your mat, just maybe half a baby step. Curl your toes. Let's go ahead and just lift our knees up off the floor and then send our hips back and send our heels towards the floor. And don't forget to try to press your knuckles into our mat. See if that relieves the weight on your wrists and helps distribute your weight throughout your whole body. Continue to breathe here. Again, whatever you'd like to do in your down dog, maybe bend both knees to bring a little movement, or one knee at a time. Maybe your hips move from side to side as you do this. And then come to stillness. Keeping our knees bent, we'll walk our feet a few steps up and walk our hands to our feet to our forward fold. Knees are still generously bent. Left crown of the head. Reach towards the floor. Breathe. Inhale, half forward fold. Forward fold. Half forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up to your upward mountain. Prayer hands, Anjali Mudra at the top. Look towards your thumbs. If our hands do not come into our Anjali Mudra, just have your palms facing each other, rooting our feet down and rising towards the sky. Exhale, fingers nice and bright to the sides and down, back and to our mountain pose. Shoulders back, engage the core. Breathing and release. Let's find that towel. Inhale up. Exhale, nice long arms, hips come back, forward fold. Bring the towel out in front of you, back up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. From here, we are going to exhale the towel, staying standing, and just bring our arms out in front of us and back down. Let's bring the towel behind us. So we'll want to have our arms about hip width or 6 or 8 inches apart, not close together, but some space here. And we'll press our arms straight. So our elbows are not bent. Arms are straight. And with an inhale, just lift as high as you can without any kind of force and keeping our posture. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Stay here and continue to breathe. Just a couple of breaths. Maybe one more. And exhale down. Nice. So let's set the towel down on the floor. We'll do some half sun salutations. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Let's do about 3 more on our own. Moving with our breath. Feeling ourselves in each pose. Last time, wherever you are, we will meet in mountain pose. Come back to your mountain pose, and we'll continue our sun salutations. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, forward fold. Let's step our right foot back, runner's lunge. From here, we will lift to our high lunge, all the way up. You can keep your hands down here at your side, rest them on your thigh, or inhale up. Exhaling the fingertips back to our mat. Find plank pose. Plank pose. Downward facing dog. Flow back to your plank pose. Now, sometimes plank pose we end up here, but you need to bring your body forward, and then you'll find yourself in plank pose. To downward facing dog. Walk to your forward fold, or step your right foot forward by lifting the foot, bending the knee, bringing it in towards your chest and setting it down. Doesn't have to be at the top of the mat, just set it down with control. Step the other foot up, bring the hands to your feet, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, and forward fold. Inhale yourself all the way up. Upward mountain. Exhale, mountain pose. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Forward fold. Stepping the left foot back this time, runner's lunge. So again, here's where we have the right knee and ankle in alignment, so that when we begin to rise up, we are in alignment and better control. Inhale the arms up. Choice here. Exhale, fingers to the floor. Plank pose. Again, press the knuckles in, your fingertips. Downward facing dog. Plank pose. Back to our downward dog. Either walk to your forward fold or lift the left leg, bend the knee, bring the knee in towards the chest, and set the foot down. Bring the hands back, step up, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, and all the way up to your upward mountain. Exhaling to your mountain pose. Release. So we're going to do a couple of warrior poses. Breathe, look over your fingertips. Drop the arm, palm comes up on the forward arm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Looking up is a choice. If you'd rather look forward, look forward. From here, we're going to come into side angle pose. So bring the forearm to your thigh. And go ahead and continue to look towards your toes, lengthen the spine on your hip. And then from here, open your body to look towards the direction of the long side of your mat. And from here, feel free to lift that arm. If that throws you off, just keep it here. We're going to inhale back to our warrior. Release. Bring the feet in. We bring our straight spine forward and fingertips to the floor. Maybe your knees are bent. Maybe you need to widen or shorten your stance. And bend the elbows. Bring your crown of the head towards your mat. Inhale, straighten the arms, bringing you away from your mat. Hands back to your hips. And then carefully come all the way back up. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Come to warrior two on the other side. So come into your warrior and breathe. If your toes are gripping the floor, release that grip. Relax your toes. Keep breathing, and then inhale to our reverse warrior. Find that side angle pose by bringing the hand to your hip, forearm to your thigh. Press the hips away from you, crown of the head forward. And now open up. And if it's for you, go ahead and lift your arm up. Release back. Come on up. Warrior two. Hand to your hips. Pivot the toes. Again, we'll take that wide stance, forward fold, fingertips to the floor, relaxing our spine as we breathe towards the floor. Hands back to the hips, gently bring yourself up. Heel toeing to center. Let's face the top of our mat. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Forward fold. Step back to your child's pose or your puppy pose. Let's gently make our way up from our child's pose and come to sit on our mat. Find that towel or your strap. We'll bring our right knee in towards us and put the towel around our foot and lift our foot towards the sky. Now you can also use a belt, a tie, whatever you would like. Maybe a longer towel. I just have a hand towel. This is a little short. You can keep the left knee bent, or you can extend the leg out to the end of your mat. And let's take some breaths here, about maybe 10 breaths. If our knee is bent a lot, that's what your leg does, that's okay. Just whatever is correct for you. Have the foot flexed towards the sky. And now from here, let's see if we can draw the leg in towards us. Draw that foot in towards us. You'll feel a little bit more stretch in the back of our leg. Right here. And then from here, we'll release the towel. Keep the foot up. Flex the foot. And then let's slowly, pressing the heel away from us, slowly release it to the floor. Keep pressing the heel away from you. Keep the breath going. It's easy to hold our breath there. And then when it meets the floor, just relax both legs. From here, bend both knees, and we'll do that on the other side. Lift the left leg into the towel, your twisted towel. Extend the other leg if you want to, or just let the right foot rest on the floor. And let's breathe here, keeping the left foot flexed. Drawing the foot towards us, lengthening the leg, feeling a little bit extra sensation of stretch possibly. Try to keep a medium to soft grip on the towel. Try not to having too much muscular engagement with your arms. And then we'll release that draw. Bring the towel down, hold the foot up. Press the heel away from you as we slowly float the foot down to our mat. From here, we'll bend the knees. Draw the knees in. Now, place your hands on the knees and notice how our legs are, lower legs are more towards the floor. Draw them up into more of a tabletop position, and then bring the knees out from each other. Just stay here and take some breaths here. Bring the knees in and set the feet down on the floor. Extend your legs out. Release your arms. Release everything in your body. Soften the muscles of our face, our eyes. Unclench our teeth. Relax your throat and neck and jawline. Relax our shoulders and arms, sides of our body, the front and the back of our body. Relax our hips, our legs, our feet. Shavasana. Stay here as long as you like. Thank you for practicing yoga with me today. Namaste.